By pausing periodically for discussion, Carol made sure that the group really did understand the article. Let's watch what happens next, after the reading.
Now let's think about the article again. Liz, you wanted to find out why some people didn't think the mall was such a good idea. Did the article tell you that?
Yes, and I guess they had some good reasons. The traffic, what would happen to the stores downtown.
Okay. And Sarah, did they answer your question about when they're going to build the mall?
No, it didn't. But they can't build it until the council approves it.
And will the council approve the mall at its next meeting?
Well, the company is going to bring the traffic plans to the meeting. But they're going to hold the forum after the meeting, so they can't vote at the next meeting.
Very good. And Ernie, did the article tell you why Triangle wants to build the mall?
Not exactly, but I guess they think we need one.
They're not doing it just to be nice. You can bet someone's going to make a bundle of money.
Right.
Well, you've just answered these two questions. What did the article tell me, and what did I have to figure out? For example, the article really didn't say that the council wouldn't vote at its next meeting. You had to figure that out from other information. And they didn't tell you why Triangle was going to build this mall. You drew on your own experience to figure that out. Now there's only one other question to ask yourself. Number 9. What else do I want to know about this topic?
Right. What are they going to decide and how?
And who's really going to make the money on this deal?
And what about that supermarket?
Yes.
That's right.
With Carol's help, these women have worked together to increase their understanding of several new words. And they have experienced the satisfaction of successfully reading a complete newspaper article, an article with information that will affect their lives. They are finding that reading can be a valuable communication tool. And because of this, they'll be motivated to continue working to improve their reading skills.
Let's take one more look at the strategies they worked on during this lesson. Before the reading, they identified what the story was about, discussed what they already knew about malls, identified a purpose for reading the story. They also worked with Carol to preview some key words from the story. During the reading, they made more predictions and corrected the predictions where necessary. They also periodically stopped to check whether or not they were understanding what they were reading. After the reading, they talked about what the article actually said and what the reader had to figure out for herself. And finally, they identified what else they wanted to know.
The students now understand more about the proposed mall, but they have also practiced some valuable strategies that they can use to help them understand other things they read.
I've been reading this book about a new exercise program. I understand what they're saying. They make some good points, but I'm having mixed reactions. I have a friend who exercised all the time. He was the healthiest person I knew, till he had a heart attack at 45.
Oh.
I know I should make some changes in my lifestyle, but that involves time and work, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to make the commitment, or even if it'd be worth it. Maybe I'll just try some of their suggestions for a couple of months and see if I feel any different.
Well, good luck. And remember, just carrying the book around is not one of the exercises they recommend. But whatever you decide, you've just used 2 more of the 4 key skills that effective readers must develop. Sure, you recognized the words and you understood what you read, but then you reacted to it based on your own experience and information about yourself. And now you're going to actually try using or applying what you've read.
That really is the key, isn't it? As a new reader, Sarah is also learning to use these skills as she reads. Earlier, we saw her working on strategies to help her better understand what she reads. Now, we're going to see how she and Carol practice using the skills of reacting and applying. Watch as Carol encourages Sarah to react to the article.
So, how did you feel about today's class?
Well, I think it would be great to have a whole bunch of stores together that I could walk to, especially a supermarket.
But what about the traffic it's going to create?
Well, we always have a hard time crossing the street anyway. And parents are always going to worry about their children crossing the street. But the construction company said that they could make it work.
Yes, they did tell the council that. But remember what Ernie said? This company is going to make a lot of money from building the mall. They told the council they had a solution for the traffic problem, and they told them that the mall wouldn't affect businesses downtown. But do you really think they're the best people to listen to in matters like that?
Well, they are going to make it perfect so that they get the city's permission.
Right.
So maybe the city should get somebody else's opinion.
You said the mall was going to make your life a lot easier, but it's going to bring about a lot of changes in the neighborhood, like the traffic it's going to create. What other changes do you think might happen?
Well, I was thinking about Waterford Park again, and a lot of children from the neighborhood, they go there to play because there's nowhere else to play in the neighborhood besides the streets. So I would hate to see them build a parking lot there.
Because of what she has just read, Sarah's become interested and motivated to get more involved. Reading is becoming more than just words on a page. She has a lot of questions, and she's begun to use her critical thinking skills on what she reads to relate it to her own experiences.
Now let's look at the skill of applying what has been learned. Sarah has learned some new words that she might be able to use in other contexts: forum and adjoining. She has gained some experience and confidence in reading this type of story and might be willing to tackle another story about the City Council or the proposed mall on her own.
But because the issue of the mall is so important to her, she decides there are some immediate steps that she should take based on the information she just learned.
Now, since you live in that area, you will be one of the people most affected by the final decision. What do you think you should do?
Well, we should tell the City Council how we feel about it. We maybe should talk to Liz and Ernie about it at the next class. You know, I think Sue Schmitz lives by Ernie. Maybe we could all go and talk to her about it.
Well, would you feel comfortable doing that?
I guess so, if Liz and Ernie came with me. Well, maybe we should talk to the neighbors about it. They might have some ideas, and see what they think. How about the forum? The forum. Isn't that where people go and talk and tell how they feel?
Yes, but the date hasn't been set for that yet.
Yes, but City Council members will be there.
Oh, of course they will. That's their chance to hear what people want before they vote.
Then that is what we should do. I think that would be much better. Tonight, my friend Anne, she's coming over. I will talk to her and see what she thinks.
That's a great idea.
Because Sarah was reading something that affected her personally, she was more likely to use or apply that information.
And that's just what she did.
Well, I think the mall's a good idea.
Okay, Anne, but what do you think will happen if there's a lot more traffic on the street?
Yeah, it sure would be nice as far as shopping is concerned. But I am worried about losing the park. Maybe we could come up with some place for our kids to go.
Yes.
Oh, sure, Liz. Well, Wednesday night would be fine. You know, I was thinking maybe we should make up some posters or some flyers.
Oh, good. Sounds great. I'll see you then.
This is great,
That was
isn't it?
very nice.
You like this one?
You know, I hope these flyers get a bunch of people out to this meeting, because if not, this lovely artwork is going to go to waste.
Don't worry.
And we are very concerned for our children if you turn Highland Park into a parking lot. Not only would this bring traffic problems into the area, but our children will no longer have a place to play.
Like Sarah, students will use their new skills and information in many different ways. Often it's the little ways that can be the most important.
See you at the gym.